Clinton to cover up their various crimes, the ultimate crime being, of course, the looting of this country. Now, let me say this about the Bush-Clinton thing. People think it's gone away. No, it hasn't. Hillary's been interviewed lately, and they're asking her, they can't wait to ask her to run for president again. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Of course, she says she's not, and I believe that at this point she probably isn't, because she's afraid that if she does, she will lose her endowment, which is parked at the Allied Bank in Ireland, which is a lot of money. And I believe she's afraid that any attempt to become a presidential candidate again would lead to her indictment. Now, naturally, the Bush family... Pardon?
Yes.
Well, Bush obviously thinks he doesn't have to worry about an indictment. Now, I find a little cross current here, which I'm trying to understand myself at this point. If Hillary's been put in a box, why is Jeb Bush trying to come out of the box? You understand what I'm saying?
Bush dynasty continues, they think. It's not happening. The American people are fed up their eyeballs, Tom. What they don't understand is there's a revolution occurring right now. And the American people are ready to take these people and hang them from the trees in Washington because they're so mad about their government and their leaders, so-called leaders, congressmen, their senators, their president, their vice president, their military. They're ready to lynch everybody. The American people are pissed off. Excuse the expression. If you go any place, the grocery store, the gas pump, say something about government, immediately the reaction is, we need to hang them. We need to hang them. I keep hearing this every place in America. Tom, I'm in the central United States of America. Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas on occasion, which I don't like, because of the Clintons. But anyway, the point is, the American people, when I see some at the gas station, I see some in the grocery store intentionally just to see what their public reaction is. They want to lynch government people. What's that telling you? What's it telling me? Explain it to me, Tom, and the American people.
It's called the basic instinct of the American people, the God-fearing, justice-oriented instinct of the American people that something has gone very wrong and the country has been permanently damaged, and accordingly, the individuals that committed these crimes need to be brought to justice. And they're quite aware now that there is no justice in this country. There is no real Justice Department. There is no real court system that is what's the word for it? Which is uncompromised, non-compromised. We are living in occupation of the highest order. Our economy has been wrecked. Our judicial system has been, as I just stated, compromised. Our free press has long gone, replaced by people like Rupert Murdoch Greenberg, some foreign reprobate that owns Fox News.
Fox News, F-U-X News.
Yes, and so what you have here is a gigantic, as I call it, cryptocracy of secrecy, 1, criminality, 2, and enablement, number 3, because these idiots don't know any other way out. So, when we report these things tonight about the derivatives in Eastern Europe, the use of the black prisons, the secret accounts in Sweden and Norway, we do so, folks, to let you know that these idiots, and they are idiots, continue to commit treason against the American people for no other reason than they don't know anything else to do at this point, because they've been trapped and they've been basically identified for what they are.
The American people keep asking the same question. Chris?
Yeah, we're going to have to go to break, and we'll be right back with the Tom Heneghan Stu Webb Intel Hour at Freedom Fighters for America Radio. Please stand by. Freedom Fighters Radio is located at www.freedomfightersforamerica.com, exposing crime and corruption.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation, free choice, by night, by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. It means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible